As next, we have something which is like a tradition in Latitude 59. We're going to have some fun. We're going to see a pitch competition by Startup Wise guys. There will be 10 companies on the stage, and the whole thing is moderated by Wallace. He's an American who lives in Prague, and he's the managing director of Batch 9 at Startup Wise guys. Give him a big applause, Wallace!
Thank you, thank you. Am I on?
You must be on. Just talk.
Can everybody hear me?
Can everybody hear him? 1, 2, 3?
Yes, no?
Yes.
There we are.
Good.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here at Latitude 59. Today we have a bit of entertainment for you. For you it's entertainment, but for the startups it's a rather big deal. And we have chosen, through a selection process, early stage startups to pitch for you. These startups were chosen because their MRR is less than 5,000 and their investments received to date are under 100K. And we've selected a group, and we think it'll be fun for you and very nervous for them. The format will be 3 slides, 90 seconds. So you're just getting the skinny on each of these teams, and afterwards I'm sure they'd love to tell you more about their opportunities. We have 5 members of a distinguished jury committee who will be selecting our winner. These are, and would you please raise your hand and wave to the crowd, Ryan Ranu from Fortuma. Thank you, Ryan. Esben Godspol from Nordic Bahn. Is he in the house? He's here. To the stage, please. Michael Jackson from Mangrove Capital Partners. Toby Moore from Imprimatur Capital. And Eamon Carey from Techstars Connections in the house. Okay, for these 10 companies, 10 startups, each one of them yesterday received compliments of Startup Wise Guys, Europe's leading B2B accelerator, a full day of mentoring and intense pitch training, and they got very little sleep last night because we really wound them up. Each one of these finalists also receives a Pro 100K plan and starter package from Loader.com, sponsored by SendGrid. So big thanks to SendGrid for that prize. Then, out of the 10 companies, our distinguished judges will choose one winner. And the one winner gets 3 really cool prizes. The first one is 1,000 euros credit for legal services provided by our partner from Nordic law firm Hedman Partners. Secondly, virtual servers provided by servers.com. And most of all, 2,000 euros in cash, equity free. Okay, anybody want to see a startup? Yeah? Okay. Ready? Steady, go. Introducing Vitali from Anylevel. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, please.
1, 2. All right, so you start the timer. Hi, my name is Vito, and this is Anylevel. We actually, how do you learn a new language with your mobile phone today? You install the app, and it asks you to tick your interest. Sports, arts, business. Well, I am a bit of everything like most of you here, but let's say I tick off business. Does that mean that I want to know such words as currency, sales, price? Or I want to know such terms as market allocation fund and so on and so forth. So this is extremely ineffective. This is a one-size-fits-all. And if your interests change next month, you got to go back to the app and change your interests. But nobody does that. Anylevel solves these problems. We analyze users' interest through their social networks, what the user reads and likes in the native language, because it's their context, it's their life. This is exactly what they need to share with the native speaker when they meet him. And actually, if your interests change, the studies change automatically. They are connected to your, social interest. So I have been teaching English for 5 years by now, and I also have 5 years experience as an entrepreneur. Now we have iOS application, which is about to release next month, and we will be implementing machine learning to make the accuracy as much as it possible. But you may have a test drive right now already, and if you want, you may come back and check it out. Thank you very much.
Now, our format, we have 2 minutes for Q&A from the jury or from the audience, and we have the mic box.
So can you say something about the competition?
Yeah, so the first question would be probably how are you better than like popular guys like Babel or Linguist and Duolingo. So as I said, probably the first thing that distinguishes us from there is that you learn what you see around you every day. You don't learn the words. There are 3,000 most frequently words in the language. You don't know which one to learn from there. And we tell you what you need, because you learn it through the app. In the morning, you read it, the same words in your social network. Then you learn it again. So you are in a constant loop of learning and repeating them. You don't learn something here and use different things in your life. So I think that's like a perfect distinguishing feature from what other guys doing.
Hi. How are you going to find your customers?
Yeah, thank you for this question. I mentioned my experience as a teacher of English, and I can tell you that I had a lot of, each student would come to me and ask, how do I learn more vocabulary? Yeah? I would say use Babel, Duolingo, and so on and so forth. But he comes back and says the application is cool, but you know, the words don't stay in my head. I don't use them every day. So as a tutor, I would be happy to know what you want to learn. I would be happy to know what my other students want to know. So it becomes personalized. The tutor invites his students to the app. The students like it. They share it by word of mouth. And the other tutor invites more and more. So it's like going like a chain. That's a very natural way of you know, spreading it.
And business model?
Yeah, the business model is freemium. So we provide the application for free, but some more detailed and more narrowed learning exercises, grammar, and so on and so forth is for, will be charged. We also will be upselling some services tailored to your interest based on language learning, let's say like courses or tutors and so on and so forth, because we know the person, we know what he learns, what he needs, and we're gonna provide it to him.
Vito, thank you.
Yeah.
That's Vito from Anylevel.
Thank you very much.
Making language learning contextual. Well done.
Bye.
Next up, we have Alex from Bindwise.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex. You are selling online on Amazon, eBay, and other marketplaces, and dozen marketplaces. You list your products, keep track of your stock, update prices, process orders, print invoices, update delivery statuses on each and every marketplace, for each and every item, manually. But if there is a better way to do that, Bindwise provides automation of these tedious processes. And here's how. On one hand, Bindwise synchronizes information across multiple marketplaces. The moment your item is sold on Amazon, your other marketplaces will know about that. On the other hand, Bindwise significantly simplifies order processing. This processing happens within the spreadsheets, and sellers love spreadsheets. Who doesn't love spreadsheets? The sales data is at your fingertips, including how much stock you have left, how much it has been bought, where and when. So no more manual labor. With Bindwise, online sellers can gradually get rid of manual work and build a customizable e-commerce platform. We are addressing a huge market. In the last 6 months...
Okay, Alex, I have to cut you off. It's a 90-second format.
Okay, great.
Anyone want to jump in with questions? We have 2 minutes for questions. Please help out Alex from Bindwise.
I can't hear you.
That's all right.
There we
Now
go.
I can, yeah. So how are you finding users and what's the conversion rate to paying customers?
It's a perfect, really cool question. We are partnering with influencers in the field, the bloggers and the coaches, consultants. With them, they increase our credibility. And the conversion rate with that, it's around 30%. With a paid advertisement, conversion rate is quite small. I guess it was around 5%. Acquisition cost was, for paid ads, it was $20 per customer. Thanks.
How many customers and what have you learnt so far?
Currently, we have active 300 customers. Not all of them are paid customers. We have 60 paid customers. The second part of the question?
What have you learnt so far?
Oh, great question, thanks. They fear. They fear because they don't want to give their know-how. Their know-how is what they sell, with what items, what products sell great. And they don't want to share this information with the third-party solution providers. That's one key takeaway.
Okay, so you talk about influencers. That's typical, something I think of as a consumer thing. So I guess you are a B2B product.
Exactly.
So what influencers is it you mean?
Influencers are, for instance, Facebook group administrators who holds, for example, an audience of 30, 40,000 sellers. That's our market. What else? Who else? Blog writers, as I said, consultants who helps actually who provide strategy on selling, etc., etc. Does it answer the question? Okay. Perfecto.
Okay, thank you. That's
Do I have
Alex
10
from
seconds
Bindwise.
to make a picture?
Oh, Alex wants to take a selfie with
Not a selfie,
this beautiful
actually.
crowd.
Not a selfie. Just 10 seconds, no more.
Okay. He wants to capture and remember this moment.
Exactly. Perfect.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these are very early stage companies. They don't have a lot of practice standing in front of the stage.
Thanks, Wallace.
Yes. Round of applause for Alex from Bindwise. Okay, next up, we have Michails from CENOS. Michails, to the stage, please.
Thank you, Wallace. Hi, everyone. So, CENOS is an affordable platform for engineering simulation. I represent a team of entrepreneurial scientists with a deep knowledge in engineering. Let's look on the workflow of engineers. You may know 3D CAD modeling, right? We are focusing on the next step, which is virtual testing. Such software costs up to $100,000 per single license. But at the same time, there are plenty of open source solutions. And we know that open source nowadays is growing explosively. Nevertheless, engineering is among the markets where it is just touching the surface. Industry still underrates open source solutions because they are fragmented and provide poor user experience. With CENOS, we are building integration platform in order to connect fragmented software and user-friendly, simplified interface for engineers. With this solution, we are challenging $4 billion worth engineering simulation software market. And we already have 35 beta testers for the first product at the first niche industry. Now we are raising a bridge round, so if you're interested in such opportunity, just let me know. My name is Michails. I'm with CENOS, the affordable platform for engineering simulation. Thank you.
Very well done. 2 minutes for questions. 2 minutes for questions, please.
So how far have you got? What have you actually got on the market or users and things?
Oh yeah, thank you. So we already have beta version of our product, and we are launching it on 6th of June because there will be the big electrotechnology congress in Hanover, Germany, and we already have floor there.
And for those, the target users, are they currently using commercial software and you're going to migrate them, or are they currently using open source and you're helping efficiency?
Thank you. It's a really good question. Now, yes, now we are targeting those who cannot afford commercial software. So the majority of those, I mentioned 35 beta testers, they do not use commercial software so far. However, we also have solutions for those who can use, but so it's just a longer time period to get them aboard.
Yeah, so your idea is you're developing the software yourself, right?
No, not. So actually, the first prototype, very, very ugly first prototype, I developed when I was a PhD student, like 5 years ago. But now I have a team of developers, front-end developer who coded the national notary system in Latvia. So he's front-end developer and also quite good back-end developer as well.
Okay, and in the end, you're going to sell services to your customers, or what?
Yeah, so our business model is subscription fee, 5,000 per year, flat rate.
Yeah, okay. You say open source, that's all. I'm kind of
No,
confused.
actually, we use open source simulations, but we provide integration layer, and we charge for this integration layer. And this integration layer speaks with third-party open source solutions. Actually, this is our mission. We believe that over the decades of science, a lot of smart algorithms already exist, and they're supposed to be for free. We just charge for interaction layer, which saves time for engineers, which naturally.
Thank you, Michals.
Thank you.
Round of applause, Michals from CENOS. Next up, something very unique and different. I met this team yesterday, and it was my favorite project of the day in mentoring, just because it's so different. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Raivis from Coffee Pixels.
Wallace, thank you. So hi everyone. I'm Raivis from Coffee Pixels, and we are reinventing the coffee experience. You know, sometimes in your busy lifestyles, you just need to stop for this special moment of coffee. Well, Coffee Pixels are tiny sips of coffee in your pocket everywhere you are. And they're really good for you because they're packed with antioxidants, some healthy fiber, and some healthy fats. And as we make it from the whole coffee fruit, it's also the most sustainable coffee in the world. We are playing in the industry of 100 billion worldwide. Coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world, and caffeine is the most psychoactive drug in the world. So we know where we're going, right? So that's right. Our go-to-market strategy is both online and offline. As for start, we already have entered the market through coffee shops in Riga, Vilnius, and Tallinn. And further, with growing community, we look for online sales and, in the end of the day, subscription services. Also, a white label opportunity is open. Currently, we look for 150,000 euro pre-seed funds to raise the production amount and tackle the Central European market, UK, and Nordics. Thank you. I'm Raivis from Coffee Pixels, and we are reinventing the coffee experience.
Well done, Raivis. 2 minutes for questions.
Thank you. Is it good?
Well, it's really good.
Can I try?
Sure.
Thank you.
Don't expect it to be tasting like chocolate.
So yeah, it looks like chocolate, but it tastes like coffee, right?
Well, definitely everyone who is interested how it tastes, we are there in the demo booth, so just come by for a check. We have actually 2 MVPs in the market, one with milk and one with coffee fruit, so different flavors, and we're going to extend the flavors up to 7, 8 with different functionality and different flavors. So it's a functional food, it's not just snack.
I saw you already on sale in Estonia in Renard coffee shop, so
Yep.
that's really good. My question is, how are you going to scale? What's next for you guys?
Sorry,
How are you going to scale it?
the scale. So we are working with outsourcing partners right? So we have agreement now being in process with a Lithuanian specialty chocolate producer. So we know the craft, he is the quality, we can easily agree. There are many specialty chocolate producers in Central Europe and in UK who are ready to work with us. So that's not the problem. And certainly the same in the US.
And intellectual property. So who owns the IP on either the ingredients or the combination of ingredients or the production process?
That's ours. So we are not going the patent way, because patenting is basically showing everyone the recipe. Ingredients are shown on the packaging. Our know-how is basically how we prepare the ingredients, how we select them, and the proportions of them in the recipe. And obviously, currently and in the future, millennials and people alike are not buying the product, but they're buying the brand and the emotional experience. So we definitely have a lot of focus on that.
Can you say a little about the brand you built with the end consumer? How are you building it? What's your thoughts on the marketing?
So currently, we are quite low in marketing because we are building the product and doing some first sales offline. But definitely video blogging, that's where I'm going to go, because I'm a barista trainer, I'm a coffee scientist. So content marketing, education, influencers, those are main marketing tools that we can use.
Great. So, sorry, we have to cut off at 2 minutes.
Meet you later in the
Find
booth.
Raivis afterwards. Have another sip of coffee in a little pixel. Well done, buddy.
Thanks.
Nice. Number 5, we have Yanis from HackMotion.
It's not my slide.
Can we get the correct PowerPoint slides on the monitor, please? Okay.
I could.
We're going to go without slides.
Okay.
Yanis, nail it. Without slides, my friend.
Yeah. Fine by me. Hi. HackMotion is smart clothing for learning active sports. For many sports like skydiving, kiteboarding, or motorcycling, it's impossible to get real-time feedback from sports instructor. For others, like golf, tennis, or even MMA, it takes countless repetitions to develop a perfect hit. So we, at HackMotion, have created a sports suit that can serve as your sports trainer. HackMotion suit uses motion capture technology to capture every movement of your body that are analyzed by smartphone software in real time, and instant feedback is played back in your headphones. It's like having a real coach all the time with you. And also, after training, you can watch perfect 3D animations of your movements. Activity trackers like Fitbit were the first wave of wearables. Now it's time for more sophisticated systems that can actually provide an actionable feedback. We have graduated Build It Hardware Accelerator. We have built a working prototype, and now we are in a startup sauna program in Finland. Our team holds a PhD related to motion sensors, also a record of serial entrepreneurship and product innovation. If you are in active sports or are interested in our technology, please come and visit our stand here at Startup Demo area. I am Yanis from HackMotion. Thank you.
2 minutes.
So first off, nicely done with no slides. That's not an easy thing to do. What's the price point? How much does it cost?
Currently, we see that it would be around 600 to 700 euros for a suit.
And what's the kind of ideal target market? I mean, you mentioned golf. Those people spend like a fuck ton of money.
Yes, golf definitely is one of our possible choices. We are currently looking into it. Also, next week we have tests for skydivers.
Okay. Do we have any patents?
Patents, not yet.
Do you use rental model at all?
Sorry?
Rental. Do you use rental model as a go-to-market at all?
We have considered rental model, but since we have sensors in your clothing, so there might be some problems with hygiene. Because sensors need to be close to your skin.
Okay.
But is the suit washable?
Yes, suit is washable.
Is the suit washable in high temperature? Because if it's used for sports, it tends to go
It's
foul.
washable like normal clothing.
And do you have test users forward?
Currently, we have tested with snowboarders and snowboarding instructors, and also now in Finland in Fukuoka Special Snowboarding Schools where they train athletes.
As well as the suit, there must be some software or something that sits behind this.
Yes,
Explain
exactly.
a bit about that. How does that work? Or
So in every sport, there are things that are definitely wrong, which people shouldn't do. So our software currently concentrates on those things and helps to correct them.
so does that mean you have software special for golf, software for snowboard?
Yes, definitely. For each sport, sports software needs to be tailored.
Okay.
How many sports do you have so far in terms of suit plus software?
So currently, we have tested in 3 sports.
And what are they?
So it's snowboarding, so skydiving is coming up, and we've been talking to golf pros.
Very good. If you can improve someone's golf game, you're going to make $1 billion. Thank you, Yannis from HackMotion. Okay, our next presenter comes to us from Fukuoka, Japan. Mumu from Nemu.
Yep. I come from Japan, and my name is Mumu for the Nemu. In Japanese, Nemu means sleepy. Nemu is a sleep management platform. Today I'm talking about the aging society. This is one of the market. Yeah. Only in Japan, 30 million people, 25% of the population are over 70 years old. Yeah. Most of them are isolated. The family is worrying about whether they are healthy or not, or sometimes they are alive or not. Yeah. I'm going to propose a health check. Although they are not sick, maybe they are not healthy enough. How to do that? Sleep management. We are not developing the sensor itself, but we have some partnership with one company, and we expand to another company as far as they offer the open API. We collect the data and send it to some necessary institution or the people. Sleep alert. If somebody has a problem, it will show on this chart. Then it is your turn. You have to give a call, or you have to bid it to the people. The Nemu is alive, and we are doing the test with the 2 universities, and also the 3 possible customers waiting for us. And we want to complete this product in Japan first, launch in Japan. Then we want to bring this product in Europe. Thank you.
Very good.
Yep.
Any questions for Mumu from Nemu? 2 minutes.
Yeah, then how would you compete against others who have the existing sleep sensors and can create the data? And so how would you be better than them doing something very similar?
Yeah, and actually, currently, our partner is Body Sensors from Finland. Yeah. And, but of course, everybody uses different sensors. Yeah. That's why, so then we are trying to expand the sort of the variation of the sensor. Now we are talking to another company next week.
You said you had some people using it already, real users?
Yes, and you can go to this website. Actually, we are showing the sort of the demo site. Yeah, and there was some sort of monitor people. They are using these sensors, these services.
And what have you learned from that?
It depends from the people, yeah? Because actually, according to my experiences, sleep time is okay, but sleep score is getting low and low. Finally, I got sick. I think that everybody can learn as far as they're using.
So what's the background of the team?
I have the engineer, and they will expand to another company to cooperate with that. And also the 2 universities are collaborating for the testing. And 1 university is related to the Paralympic team 2020 in Tokyo. It means that it is also used for the sport team.
Mumu, very quickly, can you tell us what your business model is? How do you make money?
Subscriptions. And we are thinking to 3 to 5 euro per month, per month and per persons.
In Japan, how many units could you sell? In Tokyo alone, let's say. City
Tokyo
of
has a
25 million
population
people.
of 12 million people. Let's say 1 million are the elderly people. Yeah? And if we can charge 1 euro per month per person, it means 1 million revenue.
Very good.
4 months.
And that's just in Tokyo.
Yes, just
Impressive.
only Tokyo. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mumu from Nemu from Fukuoka, Japan.
Thank you. Yep.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Yep. Thank you.
Next up, we have Esther from PassportEye. Esther!
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Esther, and we are PassportEye. We enable instant and free ID document checks for the citizens of the entire world. Have you ever been asked to take a picture of your passport and send it to some online payment service provider? If so, then you probably know that it is a slow and painful process. And furthermore, in the end, you as the customer will cover the immense costs happening on the background. To solve this problem, we have built an open source framework which all companies can implement in their system for free. And on top of that, we are planning as the next iteration to create blockchain integrations. So once you're verified with one company, you will never have to do this again. At the moment, we have the brightest minds from TravelUnion, Bondora, and the University of Tartu working hard on this project. And our aim currently is to spread the message and grow the community around the open source framework. So, if you want to contribute your time or money to making lives better for the people all around the world, come and find me later. Thank you.
Well done, Esther. Well done. Before we do the 2 minutes, one piece of background. PassportEye was the winner of Garage 48, Baltic Open, and Big Data Hackathon from last weekend. 2 minutes for questions.
Thank you. So you are extremely new team. You just formed last weekend. What are your future plans? Are you going to do this as a hobby and next to your day jobs, or are you looking to make it into a company?
Well, to be honest, it didn't start last weekend. We have kind of been doing it since last winter. So yeah, slowly developing it as a hobby project. But TravelUnion is willing to heavily contribute with their workforce to really accelerate this as an open source format. Well, our aim is to keep it open source for the moment, really polish it, let other companies implement it as well, grow the credibility around the framework, and once that is done, then we can provide a kind of central service that's monetized. So we're talking about a couple of cents that the customer would pay to actually do these checks.
Can you say a little about how you actually verify?
Yes. Basically, we're talking about image recognition. Regulators won't require anything else from the financial institutions. You simply have to take that scanned passport, or any other ID document for that matter, and you have to make sure that that image is legitimate, that all the information is there, it matches the customer, and there's no funny business happening with the image, like maybe someone photoshopped it before. So yeah, we're doing stuff like error level analysis and applying some more advanced algorithms to the image, just to make sure.
Tell me a little bit about the team who's working on this with you.
Well, we have a couple of engineers contributing a lot from TravelUnion. Then we have some more data scientists from TravelUnion. some product people, and also some hardcore data scientists, like with academic background from the University of Tartu, and as well as Bondora.
Thank you very much. This is Esther from PassportEye. Well done.
Thank you.
Next up, we have another winner from Garage 48 Hackathon from the e-governance open data again. This is last weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Lauri from PSII.
Thank you. Hey, my name is Lauri Lison, and I'm coming from Project PSII, Personal Sensitive Identifiable Information. Next year, on the same day, 25th of May 2018, the new European General Data Protection Regulation comes into force. It changes the way we collect the data, how we store the data. It defines that people will own the data, citizens, consumers. We need to be ready for that. Every company, every government in EU needs to be ready. Last weekend, in the Garage Hackathon, we decided to test this. We built a scanner for your personal data. We scanned the government public document registries. Doing it for a while, we found the breach. There is a lot of children's data out there, with people with disabilities. We had to close down the application. We cooperate now with Data Protection Office. Actually, they love it, because it actually helps them to be more efficient. We found a lot that they need to have. The same applies to companies. Every company needs to have our product in order to be compliant, because they don't know now what data they have. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions for Lauri from PSII.
Thank you. So is this targeted mostly as individual users to get their data and manage their data, or is it more targeted for companies who want to be compliant with the different data regulations?
We believe that the solution for the problem to protect the data starts from the companies, from the governments. So we are currently targeting them, that they should be compliant. If they do that, then we are safe on the safe side. If they don't do, sure, our scanner could be used also to identify your data breached in the internet, for example. But the current focus is to actually help companies. 12 months to go. Really, 12 months only left to be compliant. And that's a huge challenge, really big challenge for the companies, for the governments.
So what's your business model?
We sell the product as an in-premise installation, a scanner that scans constantly the data what the companies have. You cannot put the data into the cloud. You will breach the regulation. We will sell it as a licensing model for the application.
I just checked the search is not working, so when it will be live again with compliant data in it?
I cannot open it, because you will find something that you shouldn't be finding. So we agreed with Data Protection Office that this is closed down.
Never.
No, it will be open, hopefully, but we first fix the issues, and then we'll open up.
You've got the companies have got 1 year, so how far are you with your implementation of the tool? When can I start to use it? I have only 1 year left.
Actually, the initiative is part of the bigger team, which have been working for the GDPR already for 1.5 year for telecom companies. We have done it for log analytics, for identifying the text comments from the CRM. This is just one sample where the data is breached. The biggest challenge for the scanner was actually there is publicly available data and documents, but we need to dig out what is sensitive, and we found it. We have a tool that can do that efficiently.
With GDPR, how often does a company need to be compliant? Sort of what's the usage frequency?
They need to be compliant all over the time.
No, but what does that mean all the time?
It means every day, but you might ask that, what is the sequence or the frequency of the scanning? Let's say once a week, once a month. They need to be compliant. They need to scan themselves basically regularly from the next year, May 25th onwards. every company also in your portfolio needs to be compliant. Just think about that. It's a huge issue. It's a huge issue for everyone, for every startup. How you actually treat the data. Is it yours or belongs to the customers or the users? You don't know that.
Thank you, Lauri. Very passionate about his topic and a very important topic. Lauri from PSII. Is everyone having fun? Teams, are you having fun? Great. Next up, Mattis from Robotic Solutions. Please, give it up for Mattis.
Hi, I'm Matisse, and at Robotic Solutions, we convert existing machines into robots. Sounds cool, right? Well, there are several industries that have machines that are controlled by people. The same industries also have robots. To bridge the gap, the manual machines need to become the early robots of the future. This is the vision that we're building, and the industry we have chosen to start is the industrial floor cleaning industry. The European floor cleaning industry can be characterized by two numbers: 1.2 million machines operated by 1.2 million people, and these people amounting to 75% of the total floor cleaning costs. Just think about it, 14 billion euros are spent for people to push around a machine. Robobox makes this machine autonomous. It is a self-driving kit that takes away the need for a human operator. We're starting 20 pilot tests with this baby. It will give numerical evidence for our solution and our assumptions. We're a team of scientists and business developers that put together have had successful ventures and a strong technical background. We've won robotics competitions in Japan, and once we're done with the floor cleaning industry, we can take this principle to any manually controlled machine indoors. Thank you. I'm Matisse, and at Robotic Solutions, we convert existing machines into robots.
Wonderful. 2 minutes for questions for Matisse.
But besides the device there, does it need markers in the hall or on the floor or something like that?
Yeah, it's exactly right. We position ourselves with this box. It's a camera, a Raspberry Pi computer, and it locates the markers that are physically set on the ceiling. It knows its precise location according to the marker, thus allowing to know the machine where it is indoors.
Tell us a little bit about the traction that you've had so far.
So thank you for your question. That's what the traction that we have is we've built iRoomba vacuum cleaner teams. They work in teams. We built agricultural autonomous robots, and we have external validation for our ideas from financing sources and Startup Wise Guys Accelerator. We're also doing a R&D project with Fraunhofer Institute in Germany, and we are now setting up to take this validation, external validation, and grow it into real physical traction. Oh, and we started the first pilot test on Wednesday. So the next ones are coming up as soon as we get the data from the first one.
Any dialogue with any of the old big players?
Sorry?
Any dialogue with any of the old big players in the industry?
Yeah, we have started talking with the two companies that are, let's say, the leaders of the market. We had the conversations with Karcher and Nilfisk, which are the ones who are driving the product development for the whole market. So initial talks have been positive, but they have been just talks. So we are moving in this direction when we have more data from this pilot test, and we can give a precise value of how much our solution actually improves the efficiency.
Very good. Thank you, Matisse.
Thank you.
Robotic Solutions, converting manually driven machines into robots. The last but not least for your entertainment and their effort tonight is coming from the UK, Charles from TravelUnion.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Charles from TravelUnion. I've got a question for you. How much time do you spend trying to book, manage, and report for your travel? Well, at TravelUnion, we've created a platform that you're able to book, manage, delegate, and have all of your invoicing and reporting in one place. So that means one trip, one invoice with a credit line, and one report. We've had some great traction since we started with month-on-month growth. To give you an idea of how big our industry is, in Germany alone in 2015, they made 182 million business trips, which was 50.9 billion euro. Our competitor Expedia only did 3 million trips. So if we charged our 75 euro a month membership and took 5% of the market, we'd make 1.6 million. We have a really creative and agile team made up of myself and 4 others. We've got 37 years accumulative experience in travel, B2B, property management, and IT. We're looking for a 60 million, sorry, 60,000 euro convertible note to get going. And this will be with great terms before our round later on this year.
Very good. Round of applause for Charles from TravelUnion. 2 minutes for questions.
So basically, what do you see as the biggest challenge for the business travel? Is it the bookkeeping or?
I think we went to the market with a peer-to-peer business verified apartment product. And when we got to the customers, they said, we want everything in one place. And it's predominantly to do with the fact that they get multiple itineraries. They can't give that to everybody in a good, efficient way, and then all the multiple invoices that come with it afterwards.
That's a huge problem to solve. How far can you go with 60,000?
We can build our full prototype, code it within 6 to 8 weeks. That is our aim. We've got 39 paying customers already, and month-on-month growth it's an average of 10 per month. So, it's moving in the right direction.
Who's the buyer in your customer, and then what's the sales cycle and sales process?
Generally, it's companies of around 25 employees, but we have had as little as startups right up to large corporations as banks.
Yeah, so say in the bank, so who's the buyer for your product?
It varies. It could be a secretary to the directors, or that manages all of the directors' travel and all the employees. But I guess we want to put the power into the employees' hands with travel policies as an innovative add-on, so that they can do the booking, and it takes the pressure off the back end.
And so for those existing customers, what is the sales process and how long is the sales cycle?
What we've been doing at the moment is we've been doing it in a soft launch, so we've been doing everything manually and giving them the experience of what it will be like. So that at the moment they call us or email us or use our website if they're booking verified apartments. And then it's a quick process because we already know what they're keen to have.
Very good. Thank you, Charles from TravelUnion. Hey, buddy.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, you've just seen 10 very early stage startups. We'd like to put 5 minutes on the timer so our distinguished panel of judges can choose a winner. And please remain to hear the announcement. Oh, we have one more? No. We're good. We'd like to bring all the teams onto the stage and do a little photo shooting while the judges deliberate for 5 minutes.
Brit is going to pitch his idea.
Ooh.
Early
Yeah,
stage.
you mean this thing. Hello, my name is Brit. I'm an alcoholic and I hate drinking alone.
Yeah, teams.
There are other people who have the same problem.
I also have the problem,
meet up
my
later.
personality is really bad because of drinking, my brain doesn't function that well, so I'm really disgusting as a person. So my idea is to create a chatbot to drink with who would talk back to me. Who wants to join my challenge? I need 60 million.
There's one lone
I can go
hand.
really
Beautiful.
far with that. I can be drinking myself to death with 60 million and all of you who wants to join with me.
So let's give a big hand for all the people on the stage. They've done a great job pitching.
Great job, guys.
So now it's a picture time, yeah?
You do realize that with these 10 companies on stage, you can protect your elderly loved ones and know how their health is going if they're in a bed that's monitored by Nemu. If you're doing sports, you can make sure that you're learning your sports the right way with HackMotion. If you're feeling a little drowsy, you can have a sip of coffee in a Pixel. They're the only company that I know who sells coffee, edible coffee, by the sip, which they call a Pixel, with Pixel coffee, coffee pixels, excuse me. If you have a small e-commerce player and you can't afford a big ERP system, speak with Alex from, fill in the blank, Alex? Bindwise. If you're a corporate traveler and you're tired of the hassle of coordinating, if you're any consultants out there, any frequent business travelers, wouldn't you like to allocate all your costs to an account so you know whether or not you're meeting budget? TravelUnion can fix that pain problem for you. Identity, that's Esther from PassportEye. If you want to learn a language, contextual learning, yeah, there you go, Anylevel.me. It's a very interesting way of learning language. And if you have manually operated machines and you'd like to convert them to robots, Matisse is your guy. We have some time. Any questions from the audience? We have the box. Michael's from CENOS.
Oh.
If you want to model your next rocket ship to Mars, your next SpaceX, and you want to take into consideration a three-dimensional design, how it operates in space conditions, Michael's has open source software which doesn't cost $100,000 a year per user. Is that correct? I hope you disrupt the heck out of that so we can have more SpaceXs. Questions from the audience? Comments?
I have a question.
Please.
As we are now waiting patiently for the winner, but obviously you're all welcome to celebrate tonight with the audience, with the team. So my question is, who's going to come to the party? Yes!
Yes!
Whoa!
I see some hands there and there.
And another question. So if you meet an investor at the party, what is your ice-breaking sentence, or how do you break the ice with an investor?
Do you have a story to tell, or what do you usually use? How do you... Yes.
Here we go. Alex.
We don't Does it work? Yeah.
Now it works, yes.
The sentence, what we say to investors, right? What was the question?
Your icebreaker.
Icebreaker.
Icebreaker, yes.
We don't raise money. Thank you.
Okay. Any others? Any other icebreakers?
So if you're at the party tonight, then how would you go and talk to an investor? What would be your opening line? What you drink?
What you drink?
Yes.
Very good.
Maybe I want to ask. So, do you want to have a Banatali or Sakubia?
Oh, okay. Very good. So you know the
Just have
know
a
the drinks.
good sleep.
That's a good one.
You had
I had an embarrassing one. So.
Embarrassing ones. Can you tell me your embarrassing one?
Well, my story is at the very first Latitude party that I attended, I was trying to push a project as well. And then we had picked out one investor that we were trying to reach and followed him along. So coincidentally, because I had been standing next to the beer table the whole night waiting for him to get a beer, so coincidentally we're next to each other, and then it's that moment you have to say something, otherwise he will leave. And because it was a medicine project, I just went, so, excuse me, can I buy your kidney? And he just went, what? But see, got his attention, and we got talking, so I actually got to make my message.
Can I buy
But I didn't know anything else to say. I just offered him to buy his kidney.
Well, but now, I think the time has come.
Who's giving it? Here we go.
Are we ready?
Here comes our award giver. Maris from Startup Wise Guys, COO. Give it up for Maris, please.
Thank you, thank you. I would like to thank the hard work of the jury, but the jury members seem to be disappeared already somewhere. It's okay. The work was done nicely and quickly. Before I announce the winner, I would like to say that there were two teams in between. The jury member had a discussion. It was a very, very close result with 1 point difference only. So, but even before that, when I say the name, I would like to thank all of you for applying and coming here and hoping that the experience was valuable to all of you.
Let me guess.
So, with those words, I'm announcing the winner of Latitude pitch competition for early stage startups, and that winner is company with a name, yep, drums, PSII.
PSII! Lauri from PSII.
Thank you. There is a special prize from Hedman Partners. If Hedman Partner representative is here, I know that they wanted to give the award themselves. Yes.
There we are.
Thank you.
Woo! Thank you.
Project C. Do we have a photographer in the house?
I hope
Where
so.
are they? Yes.
Okay, while they're going to give out the diplomas, let's all agree that let's meet tonight at 8 o'clock, entering through the bar Pudel, which means bottle, in Telliskivi, into Lift 99, to have the most amazing party, pipe drive deal-making party, and let's drink everything empty. See you at 8 o'clock!
Thank you so much.
And give the applause to the
Have a
teams
great
again!
conference.